Yeah, first of all, I'm very happy that I see him again. So not a long time ago, we saw each other every day, and maybe more than my wife. I saw him every day because we worked together a long time, and yeah, our common history is very long because Jens was already my player when I was first time professional football coach in Preußen Münster. He was a very young player, 18 years old, and so he entered to the first team from the youth department of Preußen Münster. So he was my player for 3 years, and then again later on in Paderborn. And then of course it was not only coach and player. I think during the time we became friends, and so we were always in touch. And then at one point, after his career as a football player, there was an opportunity to work together. So he joined that time PSV Eindhoven as my assistant coach, and then also Benfica. So we worked as a team, coaching team together in both clubs. And so I appreciated always, of course, his quality regarding football, but of course also regarding his personality. And and of course then I stopped being a coach, and now I'm very happy that Jens is doing very well in his first position at Gamba Osaka as a head coach. And so I'm not surprised about that. I think it was, for me, was always clear that he has the potential for that. I think it's a long history over, I think maybe now 20 years.
Amazing. Yeah. Of course, Roger for me is a very important person. So first of all, he's a great human being. Yeah. I also appreciate that we have this relationship together. So he's a great person, and by all the things about football, I learned a lot as a person from him. Yeah, as a young boy, young man later on. So that was very important for me to learn from him a lot, and also as a player, later as colleagues, as a coach. So there was so many things I take with me. Was a big pleasure, and a very important relationship to him as a person. Yeah, so I really appreciate that.
Is that there's a lot of respect to experienced players. So I think there are also a lot of players playing very long in their career, already in a higher age. And of course I like this, but you know, I also like the principle of performance, so that the best players have to be on the pitch. And maybe Jens can give me a little bit his idea about the connection between these two things: respect to experienced players, but also the principle of performance, the best player has to play. Is there a really clear competition regarding performance, or is a little bit this process blocked by too much respect to experienced players?
So first of all, it's true. Yeah, there's the topic experience is a really big one. Also here in Gamba, we have great players with a lot of experience, yeah, in our squad, and they bring a lot of knowledge and quality into our squad, and also they are very important for the young players. The relationship between them is very good, but I also would say there is a really natural competition in our team. So also our experienced players, they are very open to guide them, to lead them, but they're also very open to support them, and to give them also space to develop and to play for our team. So I have a very good experience with that. So because we made already some changes in some positions. We are playing now with a very young goalkeeper. He's 18 years old, and the other goalkeepers, very experienced players for us. Yeah, they help him a lot. They support him a lot right now. So I can say I have good experience with that. Yeah, of course. I think there are many questions. If we have time, there are many questions. But of course, I had a lot of time to learn from him, and also to observe him as a coach, how he reacts in different situations. For me, of course, what was the big difference was I'm responsible for a team, not only for a team, for big stuff in a completely different culture, and I'm the one who's making the final decisions, and it feels natural for me, but nevertheless I had to make all the decisions, and also to handle this was a new experience. Would be interesting how it was for Roger in the beginning, and also to when you play so many games in a row like we are doing right now. So we had 22 games in 90 days, so we have not so much time to breathe, and to be very honest, is sometimes also very tough for the mind, especially when we had some very good games, but we were not able to get the result. To handle these situations is also sometimes a challenge for me to learn from it, and it would be interesting to know if it was for Roger in the beginning of his career.
Yeah, of course, I fully understand. But Jens, of course, for me it was a little bit different. First of all, I was never assistant coach. I was always, of course, on a very lower level as a head coach. And my career started on low level, and then the level increased step by step. And of course, for Jens is a little bit different because he's still very young. So when I became head coach, I was much older than he is right now. So I needed, because it was not my goal to become head coach, but we already talked about this, but it needed a longer time. For Jens was much quicker to become head coach. Of course, because we worked together on the highest level of football. Of course, he got a lot of knowledge and experience in the role as an assistant coach. But as a head coach, of course, the tactic is very important, and I think to have a clear idea about that. But the other important point, and minimum exactly the same importance, is the leadership of a group. And I think what Jens said now, I can completely understand. If you play every 3 days a match and you have to make so many decisions, and it's very difficult also for the coach to breathe. Of course, for the players it's also difficult because they have to run every 3 days 90 minutes, but the coach never can rest. So he always have to think after the match about the next match, has to make a lot of decision. And I think this is something for Jens also to get a feeling for the leadership of the group, like he said, also not only for the players, for the whole staff. And I think it's very important to find the own style. So it has to be very authentic. You cannot I don't know, if you want to be something but it's not inside you for the leadership, is very difficult. So you have to be authentic, you have to find your right way, and what Jens now gets is a lot of experience regarding leadership. And I think this is also something very good to develop. He will become better and better, more safe in the decisions, and more convinced and more self-confidence also for leading and guiding the group and also individual players. And I think this is something what Jens said. So what was my experience with this situation? That of course at the beginning you have to make decisions and you're not 100% convinced if this is now the right decision or not. But anyway, you have to make this decision. So it's not like you can move this decision for the future. Is here now. You have to make it. And I think with experience you become a little bit more calm. Even there's a lot of time pressure and a lot of noise around the team and the games and everything, but you become a little bit more calm regarding this kind of leadership and regarding the decision making. So I think this is a process, and this process you can only learn by learning by doing. So you have to do it, and then you get more safe in your decisions. So this is what I when Jens asked me about this is a little bit what I'm thinking about when I look back. So at the beginning, it's more difficult. Later on, I think it's still difficult, but a little bit easier. Yeah, it would be for sure a very intensive game. And you know, in football, you never know what happens on the pitch. But yeah, would be interesting to play this game. But probably I will never play this game, or maybe only in my head. But yeah, I think I like how he's doing, and
maybe I have to find a way to surprise him a bit with a very nice set pieces variation, or maybe I play only long balls and put the ball into. No, but yeah. I think, yeah, to summarize a bit, so I really appreciate to work here in this club, in this league. Is a great experience for me, a big learning each single day, and I learned also so much from Roger, and I think he knows that. So yeah, it's very very great moment for me to bring myself into this job as a head coach. So I really enjoy it day by day.
And actually, it would not be so special, because it would look, if we play against it, like each single training match we played together. So that was always in training, that both teams played the same style of playing, and then you saw like boom, and then it was a very intensive game. So actually, it would not be so special for us.